Hi, welcome back to depression-youarenotalone.com. I am Shannon. To my right is Lou. Behind the scenes is John. And today we are going to be talking about hope. Hope.
I saw, I didn't see it, I heard on the radio in the car, they were talking today about hope. They had a psychologist on there and talking to a therapist and everything, and I thought, man, what they're saying is just so spot on. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I hear psychologists on shows or talk shows or podcasts, and I'm like, okay, yeah, a lot of what you're saying sounds good, but you're leaving out a lot, from experience. But this was so...
Spot on?
Oh, yeah, it was spot on.
It was aces, baby.
Hope.
Yeah.
Hope. How people who have hope, who are hopeful, don't suffer from depression as much, and so many other things. They even talked about
people... Or can help them get through it.
But they don't even have depression as much or as bad. They even talked about people with pain. People that are hopeful versus those that are not.
Well,
they talked about lung cancer, how painful and everything can be, how people who are hopeful don't hurt as much. They don't have to deal with as much pain. It was just, I really enjoyed listening to it. As a matter of fact, I sat in the parking lot of the car. I went to go buy supplies for the house. I sat in the parking lot to keep hearing it. Did you ever hear? You listen to NPR, right?
Yeah.
They have some great...
I think we all do.
They have some great...
Some of them are really good.
Yeah, they also have some boring stuff on there.
Of course.
Yeah, some of them are...
They have some people, when they're talking, you shouldn't be driving because you might end up
falling asleep,
dozing off.
Especially with the heater on the car if you're up north in the winter. Don't do that.
But we think about it. If you're struggling with something, and it could be anything. It can be even a job. Yeah. It could be school, going to college, right? You're hopeful. I really hope I do well. I want to get through this and get a job. And then those people that, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this. I'm probably not going to be able to do, I'm probably not going to be able to get through this. And then it becomes a bigger struggle.
It's a huge struggle.
It's just common sense too, right? People that are hopeful.
Well, yeah, but you got to get to that level of being hopeful, though. If you're so far down in the dumps,
some people, it's just not their nature either, right? They're easily, this is ridiculous. This isn't worth it. So
it's easier said than done. I think it would be easy, but to a lot of people, it's not.
But we can sit here talking about being hopeful and whip up examples in so many aspects of life without even being mental illness or mental health. So we can sit here for 8 hours talking about it.
Yeah.
In all honesty, because it applies to everything. People who've invented things, who've created things, they were hopeful it would work, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
They're doing something, they fail, because when you invent something or whatever, how many times do you fail?
Oh, of course.
Failure is a part of the process.
Things blow up in your face. Things like, here we go. Please work. You flick the switch, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
What do? You just give up. You look at where you failed, what didn't work, what you could have done better, what you were doubting right off the bat, right? When you did something.
Those are the people that will analyze what they did or didn't do right.
Exactly.
As opposed to the people that do it once and fails to give up.
Forget it.
And then forget it.
No, it's too much,
you gotta
I don't know what I'm doing.
Put some effort into it.
They just give up.
They give up,
You gotta keep pushing forward.
But I think of the danger of someone who has an illness, a mental illness or something that's like that. That gives up very easily about anything without having a mental illness. About other things. They give up on everything. Mm-hmm. That's scary.
Oh, of course, very scary. I agree 100%.
But listening to that was very enjoyable, and it made so much sense, and I wish more people would listen to that. Especially when you're going through, listen to that program.
Oh, okay.
Listen to the program.
Yeah.
About hope. Being hopeful, how it positively affects people even with physical ailments.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Well, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
100%. You just gotta get yourself there. Some people would be easy to do, right? They just have
just
hope.
Who they are.
They have it instilled within them. But for those others that don't, it's more of a battle to get to that level. So yes, I would say I didn't see it, but apparently it was really good.
On the radio, on NPR. You can probably go on NPR and probably find it I would imagine, right?
I would hope so.
If they're on YouTube, I think they are. I never watched them on YouTube, so I don't know.
Well, neither have
I'm
I.
sure you can
So
find
if,
it.
if they're on YouTube, you can probably find that segment.
Google
But
it.
the importance of that.
Or just go on their website.
Yeah.
The importance of that is when someone is struggling and especially, depression, of course, we're going to talk about depression here a bit because that's our website. John was supposed to give us names of articles. Do you?
Yeah, no, I totally forgot.
Well,
What's today? Today is Sunday?
yeah.
Okay, so we got, we got the recipe.
We'll
Sunday.
say it at the end. Let's finish this, and then you can say what articles are on there now, so people understand it's not just about depression because of the title. But someone with depression, what happens so often with depression is where it gets really dangerous is when people give up.
Oh, of course.
And they had a therapist on there, and she was working with this gentleman that he was had given up hope, and the host was asking her, "What did you try to do early on?"
Yeah.
She said, "I tried to get him to do things to get out of the house."
Yeah, that's one way.
That's something we've talked about here forever. And this is a great time to explain this background.
Oh, yeah.
We have always said this. We've said it on a consistent level. We always try to do these outside.
Because it's bright and cheerful and there's plants.
And to show people, when we talk about getting out of the house, get away from your room, we do it, we're outside because we try to do that. You know what we've given up on? We've given up on trying to control the weather.
We sure have. Well,
We gave it a shot, but we decided it's not going to
been
happen.
a lot of rain and it's been very hot. I mean, like where you can't, you just can't be out there very long. I'm sure it's like that with
thunder,
everything.
lightning, wind,
And then
rain.
And then we're also dealing with our neighbors having a lot of yard work, so they're doing a lot of things out by construction.
So
and
you know
stuff.
what? We tried to bring a cheery background.
Yeah.
John and me and I, we grew up with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, Hollywood Beach, Florida. We were around most of our lives.
And we lived at the beach too.
So for us,
I'd say it's cheerful.
this is cheerful to us.
Yeah.
The beach, a nice beauty.
And hopefully as you
nice,
look at it, you
calm
think
day.
it's
But that's why we did this,
cheerful.
folks, because you know what? We just gave up. We can't do it outside most of the
Yeah.
time now. We just can't. We can't.
Yeah, we wanted something
So
nice
that's why we
and
did it.
Even the iguanas aren't liking the weather.
cheerful.
But what I was saying about depression is when depression could take someone who's a very motivated person, very strong,
Willed and
someone you've always known to be strong, and break them down to where they give up.
yeah.
That's why to be hopeful is very important. And it's I understand it's difficult. It's difficult.
It's way easier said than
So many aspects of life, like someone who works 2 jobs, they're barely getting by, but they're hopeful, right? They're hopeful I can catch up, or I can, all of a sudden the car breaks down,
Oh.
or they lose one of the jobs, or
Yeah.
there are people that are hopeful. I got to get another job. I'm gonna keep
It's
doing
like
it.
a fork stabbing at you. It's
'Cause-
like, oh, come on, what's next? Why?
But isn't that so common in life?
Oh, but it is life. I mean, that is just reality. It's going to happen to all of us. I mean, not necessarily losing a job, but your car breaks down, you blow out your tire, or you got a nail in your tire, or you're running late because there was just all kinds of things.
I want to say this. Sometimes I'm hard on young people. Would you agree?
Just
I'm
depending
hard
on who
on
you're
young
talking
people.
about. Yeah.
Because, there are too many young people that do a lot of this,
Oh, chirpy.
a lot of chirpy, know everything with no experience about anything.
Yeah.
You can't know everything when you're 18 years old, because when you're 80 years old, you still don't know everything.
Yeah.
So if we're going to do math, at 80 you don't know everything. At 18 you certainly know a hell of a lot less. But I'm going to say this about young people. I give them a lot of credit about this. And this isn't politics, but life has gotten so much harder, expensive, complicated than it was back in the 50s, or wouldn't you agree?
Even in the
Or
70s.
even back in the 70s or even the early 80s. It's gotten worse.
It is costly. I know people that have to share apartments because they can't afford rent.
Yeah.
Or they're living with their parents
And that
because
takes a
they
toll
can't
on you,
afford rent,
yeah.
even though they're working.
Yeah.
Life is harder now.
Mm-hmm.
I admire these young people that say, you know what, I'm not getting married, Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I'm not, it's not that I have to get married. Or it's not that I have to have children. I don't have to have children, right?
Yeah, whereas back in the day,
I
you
think
had
this
to
is
get
the
married and
world
have
we're
kids and all
headed
this
in.
bullshit.
Because life is so stressful, so much more stressful than it used to be.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So I admire those that are saying, you know what, I got to look out for myself, and if I'm not in a good position myself, I'm not bringing a child into the world, or you know what I mean? I'm not doing that because I can't even, not even where I want to be.
I can't take care of myself.
Much less
Yeah.
being responsible for another human being. Some people won't even get a dog.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, I can't have a dog. I work so many hours. I don't want a poor
Well, they
animal
can't
home
afford
alone.
it
I
because-
don't want the animal home alone. Yeah, or they can't afford it. Yeah, I can afford to feed them or whatever. If I have to take the dog to the vet, needs a surgery or whatever, there's $2,000 going out the window I don't have.
Yeah.
We've done it. On our baby right here on the floor, you can't see her. We just spent $2,500 on her a couple of months ago because of a
We
growth
spend
on
a
her
lot
paw.
of money on all of our animals.
But,
Our cat outside costs a fortune,
I
the
know.
other dog.
I mean, it all ties in, I guess, in a way to being hopeful. But the idea of hope. I mean, the statistic that people are less depressed, less stressed because they have hope, more motivated,
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones that
more
do have
positive.
hope. The other ones
because
that
they're
gave up.
working towards something, right? They're hoping it's going to work.
Well,
they're hoping it's going to work.
They're
But on the other
driven.
hand, you have the people that gave
They're-
up hoping
they're
for
driven,
better.
I would say.
And their condition progresses even quicker.
There's also so many levels. There are those that are hopeful but don't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope things are going to get better. Well, what are you doing about it? Well, I'm
it?
hoping other people will.
Yeah.
I hope other people will make it better. But what are you doing?
Yeah, you gotta do
There's
something.
people are different. Everybody's different. And that's why sometimes I don't like watching podcasts about mental health, whatever, where, you know, they're trying to sell you something and they oversimplify things or make it sound like if you do this, you're going to be great. Everything's going to be fine. No, it doesn't work that way.
Take this course, you'll be fine.
It doesn't work that way. Exactly.
Get our-
this course,
get
it's
our
going to be
CD.
fine. But if you go to a quality therapist or a psychiatrist, many of the early sessions are them finding out who you are and what you're going through.
The good ones.
So, you know, going to a seminar or something, could it be helpful? Absolutely.
The seminars could
Absolutely.
be helpful, yeah.
But
We're not deterring you from that.
something that's, you know, something that's designed for us, for me individually, not her, because she's different than I am.
Yeah.
We're different than each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, all of us, we're all different. But having hope,
We both do this because we're opposite sides of where we were before. So when we look out here, I see the pool.
I just see the
when you're
water
talking
rippling
about how,
and-
yeah,
and-
it's just it's very nice.
I'm thinking about it because I'm thinking of the beach like that,
Yeah.
the ripples on the shore,
Yeah,
on a
it's
calm
soothing.
morning.
It's
On a
just
calm
soothing.
morning.
And
I
the
missed that. I'm going to go to the beach and film a sunrise on Hollywood Beach
That'd be pretty.
and show you all
Peace.
what depression did to me and took that away from me, which was something very normal for me. It was a daily part of my life, and I stopped doing it because depression took that away. And I want to show you what it took away.
Yeah.
That was so easy to get back. It was just a matter of getting in the car, driving over there, and you're right there.
It's so easy to get caught up.
Yeah, I've been 5 minutes from my house with no traffic.
Speaking of minutes, do you have your time on you?
Yeah. We have plenty of time if that's what you're asking.
No, it just got to me. I mean, here I heard this today, and I'm like, oh, we got to talk about this because it really got me.
Well,
How much
hope
sense
is
it made.
always good to have.
And actually, listen, I didn't cut you off, but this therapist, so she had this gentleman she was talking about and she was early on as a therapist, and she wasn't getting anywhere with him.
Yeah.
And she reached out to her fellow therapist and said, I don't think I can help this person. I'm not good enough. And I think one of the lead therapists said to her, then get good enough.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But the thing is, she was admitting
Oh, she said I wasn't crying, but I was teary-eyed because she felt that I'm not skilled enough to
So
help this person.
that's one person that'll probably turn into a really good therapist.
Well, the fact that she said I was teary-eyed,
Yeah.
that it was bothering her that she could not help this
Well,
gentleman.
I mean, that's a human
Well,
being.
she felt she couldn't.
Yeah, she felt.
I'm not good enough.
She probably could, and she was just getting so emotional about
When
into it.
she was young too, she was early on in her career as a therapist.
So
she
she
said,
didn't
"I'm not
have a
good
lot
enough
of-
Yeah, she
yet.
doesn't have the
Yeah, she
experience.
didn't
I'm not
have
good
a lot
enough
of-
yet."
Meanwhile, you got these therapists, they're a couple of years out of school, and they know everything, all the textbook crap.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you can get one that's early out of school that can be excellent, and you can get one that's been doing it for 30 years that's so
And be
burnt
crappy.
out and over it.
Yeah.
So over it, just
Yeah.
doing this for money.
But you
Yeah,
always gotta
doesn't care
look if you
anymore.
need help. If that's the route
If
you
that
choose
one
to
therapist
take.
doesn't work, go to another one.
I think it's
Find another one.
what's important is
You'll find
who
it.
works for you.
Yeah.
One therapist, you know, and we talk a lot about getting help with therapists. We are not pushing therapy and psychiatrists on everybody. You can be going through a hard time. It doesn't mean you need to go get professional help about something. It's just if you see
Depends on your
yourself,
situation.
if you see yourself as different, you see yourself changing, other people around you are telling you this is the problem. A lot of people don't.
Then maybe, yeah.
Then and you
into
don't
it.
see yourself getting out of order. You see yourself missing work. You see things that are whoa. This is not what I do. I don't miss work. Now I'm
Yeah.
missing work.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to go to work.
time
Now
to
I don't want to
reach
get
out.
out of bed. I don't want to do this. And you can't break it. Then yeah, you need help. But we are not sitting here trying to push psychiatry or therapy on anyone.
No, we're not trying
Yeah,
to.
because a lot of times
that.
people don't need therapy, especially when they realize what's going on.
Exactly.
And they decide to do something about it.
Yeah, and sometimes.
And they have the tools to do something about it.
You know, I don't know if we ever mentioned this, I was watching Bill Maher on his podcast, and he was talking about, he doesn't understand, you know, how some people are depressed all the time. He goes, I mean, I've been depressed. Doesn't everybody get depressed? See, that's a clear example of someone who does not distinguish between situational depression
And clinical.
and clinical depression.
And he's one of them.
There are many people like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's so many people.
But it's
like
also
that.
easy to understand some people thinking that because they're like, well, I've been depressed. I think everybody I know's been depressed. Yes, absolutely.
And it's gone away. yes.
Absolutely.
And then there's ones that have
Everybody,
clinical.
I think everybody's been.
I don't know how.
I mean, but there are people that miss work. This is true, that have missed work because their TV program was canceled.
Yeah. No, yeah.
My God, that just sounds so absurd.
I've heard these stories, people admitting it. They missed work because they were so upset. It was the last episode of their show because it was canceled.
Oh, that's just.
So,
I've got nothing for that. I can't help you there.
I used to miss work just for the hell of it.
No, jeez, well, not to miss for it because our show
call-
was canceled. That's just.
no, but I'm saying some people can get so down over something
Oh my
like
gosh.
that.
All
Right?
right. Well, you might be a
So-
little disappointed,
So
but
everybody can say, I've been depressed, and everybody I know has been depressed at one time or another.
oh yeah.
See, that's a difference, Bill and others. One time or another over a situation, as opposed to
All the time.
yeah, because you know what? A lot of people also should have the common sense to see when you see celebrities that are wealthy, they're famous, they're doing great, according to us, and they take their lives because they were never happy.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, well, he also had physical issue, pain.
John Denver.
In pain. We just don't know everybody's situation, and it doesn't make sense. How can someone be always depressed? Because
That's
there's
just-
so many chemical
that's just
imbalance,
how
there's
it
so many
is.
issues
They're
that
out there.
hereditary,
Yeah.
that you know, someone who never goes through this and you don't. Hey, I'm happy for you because you really don't want to wish depression on anybody, anybody. But
But if you have it,
yeah, and you know, this is why we also talk about help, getting help. This is what happens too. This goes back to hopeful. When you start to feel down and then you have support from friends, family, whatever, and they bring that hope back.
they bring you up. They're yes, of course.
You know, when you feel alone, that's
Yeah.
why
Makes you
Our
feel
website is depressionuarenot.alone.com because the feeling of being alone, I picked that name because I know what it was about, how I felt alone.
Yeah.
That's why we picked that name.
Yeah.
But when you're feeling alone with a
Sad.
mental illness or whatever, but you have support, guess what? That can turn from lonely to hopeful, that I'm going to get better.
Big time hopeful.
I'm going to feel better.
Yeah.
I'm going to get through this. This is the reason we do this too. How I've talked about the medications I used to take, where I was, all of that, and I got myself out of that. That's being hopeful that you can do it too, and you can, as I've always said. If I can do it,
some people may not be able to get off their medications.
no, of getting yourself in a different place.
Yeah.
How you got yourself there
Yeah.
depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Right, but a lot of people have done it and continue to do it still. There's always those people out there that are fighting it and making their lives better. Where, of course, there's others that, you got to go through all kinds of stuff.
Everybody's different.
It works differently with everybody.
But you want to
Everybody's
say some of the articles that are on the
Yeah, so we've
website.
got Sunday's jokes. They're kind of stupid sometimes,
some
but
of them are.
some
Some
of them
are okay.
Yeah,
Some are
well,
okay.
Some are okay.
Some are good,
Some
but-
are a little.
Well, we generate them with AI, so it's like it's not really a human thinking these things up. We got Sunday's recipe,
For cooking.
which looks pretty,
That could be fun.
Sunday's jokes and Sunday's
What was the
recipe.
last Sunday's recipe?
I don't remember. I'm not looking at the computer, so I don't remember. But anyway, it's something different every Sunday.
Okay, that's good.
Oh yeah, it's different recipes. Sometimes it's a combination of 2 or 3 recipes.
And we're going to be having the holiday
And we
recipes
say, and they're
coming up.
saved, so people can go back
And they're saved, yeah.
see old recipes.
Yeah.
Remember, it's on. You can go to Sundays in the
Yeah.
past to get all different recipes from the past.
Exactly. We also have Today in History, which we have every day, which is just for
I always like the
Okay,
today's
but,
in history.
people look on, and then
Articles.
we have what is it? Health news. We have one article every day on health news,
Okay.
and then we have another article which I totally forgot what it is.
We also have articles on bills that are being passed in whatever states about this or about that.
Well, we've got a link on the menu to today's headlines. That's
Right,
got
we
news all
also
over the
have
place.
articles about
Oh, yeah.
bill was passed in California for this or for
this
that.
or
It
that,
might not
yeah.
have anything to do with mental illness.
That's under the health news.
The point, that's another health news. That's articles, individual articles that come up
Right, but
sometimes.
a lot-
They don't have to go to health news to see that.
No.
You can go to health news, click on health news for articles on health.
Yeah.
You can also click on sports. You'll get articles
There's
for
an
sports.
array of things on the website.
You
I
can
mean,
click
really
on lifestyle.
Yeah.
And there
There's
are articles on
there.
lifestyle. So
There's-
it's not just about mental illness. We want everybody to know that. What dog breed was the last one? Because every week we do a
It
dog
was
breed.
the Austrian Pinscher.
The Austrian Pinscher?
That was
Pinscher.
yesterday.
Austrian Pinscher.
That's
So it's
dog-
an article about the Austrian Pinscher and then the cat. Do you remember the cat one?
The cat was the.
It was Wednesdays, right?
That was Wednesday. I don't remember.
Wednesdays.
But we have Cat Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a
Every
different breed of
Wednesday.
cat.
Yeah, a different
Oh,
breed of
that's
cat.
nice.
But we're just
Yeah.
trying to show that it's not, don't think, well, I'm not going to go to your website because it's all about mental illness.
You can have-
No, it's not.
You can. It's entertaining.
No, it's not.
We've
And the
got-
recipes,
Different.
some of the recipes are
Oh
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, was it a week or two ago?
Some
it was
are really
vegan.
simple.
It
Yeah,
was
some
vegan
are really
restaurants,
simple, too.
All different
recipes.
kinds of things on there.
Some are desserts, and they tend to be often too, sometimes seasonal.
Oh, there are seasonal
Very
ones.
seasonal,
Yeah,
like
We're gonna
autumn,
have
autumn now.
Thanksgiving and Christmas
you know.
coming up, so good recipes.
So if you
and-
want recipes, I mean, and a lot of people love the recipes because we've gotten a lot of feedback on the recipes,
Yeah.
and they love the dogs and the cats.
Oh, we all
Yeah.
love that.
And on Mental Health Friday,
And mental health is a
we
different
have a different mental health situation,
different
condition.
Yeah.
And, we still have quite a few to go. The list is long.
Yeah. So folks, just wanted you to know that's,
Check it out.
that website, and we have over, was it 100 and something countries go to that
I
website?
haven't checked, but it was quite 170 something.
107 or something. Go to
Make
our
sure you
website.
look at
So
it.
check from all over the world. Everyone goes to that website. So
Yeah.
check it out if you want articles on other things other than mental health.
Even countries you never heard of.
Yeah. And there are many, believe me. All right,
We
folks. well,
appreciate you
thanks
tuning
for tuning
in. Hope you like the
We
background.
hope you love the beach, because here soon we will be on the beach, actually.
Yeah, soon.
Live, not live,
Well,
but,
not-
you know,
yeah,
on the
okay.
beach filming.
All
So
right.
from
When the weather gets a little better.
what-
From all of
yes.
us here.
As our weather gets better here, from Shannon, John, and Lou.
Take care.
Take care. Give us a like, and please subscribe. We appreciate the support.
Bye.